Scott Stewart here with you at the Giles County Jail, where this morning we've had the report of a Giles County deputy who was shot, saved by his ballistic vest. We're here at a press conference held by Giles County Sheriff Kyle Helton. It did occur at the early hours of this morning, and I will let Sheriff Helton tell you all about it in his own words.
Well, good morning, and we'll go ahead and get this started. I know all of you have deadlines to make, but by the grace of God, we in bulletproof vests today we have and our ballistic and our shields. All of our officers are alive and well today. We had one deputy to take a shot in the chest today, and his ballistic vest stopped it. And then another officer took on 2 rounds to his shield, and that stopped that. So I'll begin to say that by the grace of God, they're here today. That's the most important thing. We received two calls on Happy Hill Road. One of them was at 12:54 this morning, and the nature of the call was an unwanted guest trespass. Uh, our deputies went up there and nothing was found, and our complainant would not respond back to them. At 2:30 this morning, received another call about shots fired and a suicidal person, and it was more family members that lived there. Our deputies responded back to their residence, and the and the family members were taken away safely away from the scene. And soon after that, and like I said, this is still ongoing investigation by TBI. If some of the facts might be just a little more different, but somewhere after this period of time, our guys heard some more gunshots, approached to for the welfare of the person in there, and then they took on gunshots themselves. They backed out. Also on the scene we had one Pulaski Police Department officer, an off-duty officer that was probably on his way home, and then we had two highway patrols, state troopers were there. After the shots were fired, our guys backed up, and then we contacted the highway patrol and their SWAT team come and assisted with this. Approximately, I'm going to give you the approximate. I don't have it in front of me. Approximately 8 o'clock, 8:15, the subject was taken into custody with no more incident. So that's, like I said, a lot of this is still ongoing. TBI is, there's a lot of questions that they can probably answer that I'm not going to be able to answer until the investigation's complete. So if you have anything, I'll try to answer, and if I can, I'll just tell you right up front that we'll refer you to either the Highway Patrol or to the TBI.
Sure, can you talk much about the door looked to pretty much be non-existent when we were on the scene? Can you talk much about the point of entry or point of contact to get the subject out?
Yes, sir. That was the point of entry from the Highway Patrol with their tactical vehicle, and they entered that way, and that's where he came out.
Only one person inside. He was shooting from inside the house.
He was shooting from inside the house. The other family members, we had taken them away from the scene.
Was there a lot of family members that had been there earlier, and were there children?
I know that there were 2 people. I'm not sure about any more.
A guy approached us when we were at the scene saying that was his uncle who lived in the home and said that he was disabled. Can you talk much about his condition or anything?
The only thing I saw was them bringing him out. It looked like he was able to walk on, with no assistance. So that's all I know about it.
Was he shot at all?
Didn't appear that he was.
But they did shoot in his direction, return fire, I would assume.
There was some return fire.
Do you know how many times he shot at officers?
I don't know.
You mentioned that, one of your deputies was hit in the chest, and then there was the shield that protected the others. Were they also your deputies, or were they with?
Yes, they were our deputies. I think on the approach, and if I'm wrong about this, I stand to be corrected, but I think 4 of our deputies approached the house, and they're the ones that took on the gunfire.
And, okay, so it's fair to say he shot at 4 deputies?
Yes.
Okay, and were all of them able, clearly, to use this gear to protect themselves?
Yes, the vest did stop the round to the chest of our one deputy, and he was later taken by Chief Beard to the hospital, and he's been cleared and he's back now.
You mentioned the shields protecting the others, is that right?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about those shields?
It's just like I'm trying to explain. It's a shield for safety, but I do know it took on 2 rounds to hit.
One deputy, 2 rounds, or
Yes, that one deputy took on 2 rounds himself.
the one that's in the hospital? I'm sorry.
No. This was a separate deputy. It did not penetrate. It did not hit him.
Can you just talk a little bit more about those ballistic vests? And obviously he still was injured. So how injured is he? And
I just spoke to him. He's seems to be doing well. I think it's going to be probably a bruised area. Chief Beard was with him. I was still at the scene, but my understanding is probably going to be bruised. But that's great considering what else could have really happened.
Miraculous, really.
Yes, very.
Because can you kind of describe what part the vest covers? And this could have gone here, right?
Yeah.
And just describe what a close call that is.
Well, and I have not seen it, but I think it was just right in the chest area that the shot hit, and it's a miracle. Like I said, God's on our side, and thank God for it.
I'm assuming you've been doing this for a long time. I'm assuming it's not the first time you've seen one of these vests save one of your deputies' lives.
No, it's not, and that's why we wear them. Why we want our officers to wear them. It saves lives.
Can you tell us anything about the officer? How long he's been with you?
This officer has been with us a short time. He comes from another state, and he has been with us a short time.
What happens in a situation like this? Obviously, he's got to go through recovery and counseling. You're going to be back at work when.
Well, after the investigation is complete, we'll do a debriefing through the Tennessee Public Safety Network and offer our guys anything that they need. We're all about that, taking care of our people.
Mentally, is he okay? Like, does he seem to be?
He seems to be doing great.
Can you talk about the dog on the property? I know a lot of people were wondering where the dog is going to go.
We did have a person out there that was supposed to either get hold of the family, or we were going to take it until the family could get to it and take care of it.
I have a question for you, Sheriff, and it's regarding the suspect. Does he have any priors? Do you guys have any history with him?
I don't think we have any priors there. And I haven't got to review that all the way, but I don't think we have any prior history there.
So not immediately known if you have a history with this gentleman?
No.
And what are the charges he's facing?
Well, I'm gonna leave that up to TBI, but I know I had 4 deputies that could be hurt real bad right now, or even could be fatal. So I expect it should be some attempted homicide charges. That's my but I'll leave the charging up to the TBI, but I expect that.
So once you hear from the TBI, you expect the charges are serious, that he'll face plenty of jail time?
Yes, yes.
You know, you guys sign up for this job, but it's terrifying. Can you just talk about, you know, how these guys went into this line and risked their lives and the sacrifice, and although they're doing okay, I mean, this has got to be traumatizing.
Very, very. I mean, this is my 34th year of it, and seen this happen before. And one of the big things is we're here to help them with that end of it also. As far as we have a peer support system that I've already contacted as we speak, and we'll make arrangements for that after we get all this out of the way.
It sounds like they did all the protocol to keep safe in this situation. Can you elaborate a little bit more about the training that goes behind, you know, entering a situation like this, and the vest and the shields that they have?
Yes, our guys constantly, we're always training, trying to do update training, prepare for these type of situations, even though you don't think it's going to happen, it does. And we constantly trying to do update training and approaches to places, because when you least expect it, when it could happen.
And just to be clear, this was family inside the home that made the calls.
It was, yes, family did contact us the second time. The first time, the person in custody had contacted about trespassers, but they did try to make contact with him. He did not answer, and then they gave him the opportunity of about 15 minutes to come to the door. He didn't respond, so they left. And then they get called back a couple hours later about shots fired.
By members. So the actual suspect in this case is who called deputies to begin with?
On the first call.
That's right.
Family called the second time.
Okay.
Did you give the address of the house?
I did not, but it was on Fairview Road, Linville, Tennessee. Yes.
Well, Linville's a quiet town. I'm sorry.
Did you give the suspect's name?
I did not. I'm going to wait and let TBI release that.
Has he been booked, or will he be booked?
He has not been booked as of yet.
But he will be booked?
Yes.
Linville's a pretty quiet town, right?
Sometimes. Sometimes. You know, but that goes to show you it happens everywhere. Things of violence happens everywhere.
I think it'd be important, you having been a former patrol officer yourself and having several work for you, just how one day every day you know it's possible, one day you got something else going on, and the next thing you know.
Yeah,
Maybe talk about
it brings things in perspective that what this is really about and the dangers behind it. But you know, I praise our guys for the training that they do and the way they handle it, and that's the muscle memory of training is everything. And hopefully that, you know, they get to go home to their family, and that's what it's all about.
Will these guys be off for a little while? How does that work?
If they choose to, we work with them. Like I said, we've all been through things like this, and a lot of folks they handle things differently, and we'll work with them any way they need to get through this.
How many deputies do you have?
We have approximately right at 40 deputies.
Look for more information here on PulaskiCitizen.com, on the Pulaski Citizen Facebook page, obviously in the Pulaski Citizen next week.